This is something you have to do your whole life. BMD breakfast. BMD breakfast. You eat 3 eggs a day. It doesn't really matter how you cook them to keep it interesting. But you wouldn't want to add too much shit in it, you know. I add cheese to my eggs when they're scrambled, and you know, if I do hard-boiled eggs, I put some mayo in it and stuff, you know. So like I said, if you're doing, the idea is you do this every day, then you don't have to be so strict. That's why I'm keeping, these are everything that I'm saying in this chapter are the basics. You just stay true to that, and then it makes it so it's not strict, because you're doing so many things right all the time. BMD breakfast, 3 eggs, a cup of coffee. Now coffee is good for your liver and it's an antioxidant. And if fed, because some people mistakenly use caffeine like it's an energy source, it's only going to help you with those things if you're doing the food parts, you know. So you got your eggs, you got your coffee, and citrus, preferably grapefruit, but you might use orange, you know. Citrus, because it has lower glycemic index. And eggs have every vitamin but C, and then citrus is high in C. So now you've got a food source of all your vitamins. Besides, the eggs are the best protein in the world. Okay, so eggs, coffee, and citrus. Eggs, coffee, citrus. Eggs, coffee, citrus. Okay, that's your breakfast. But to keep it interesting, you might... I like pancakes, so I'll use 100% syrup and use the Kodiak cakes and make breakfast. You know, I'll have like a Kodiak cake instead of the citrus, and just have 1, maybe 2 eggs on the side. Sometimes I'll throw in a vegetarian sausage, breakfast sausage, because it's just to make it fun, you know, and special when you're trying to comfort food yourself on your day off or whatever. Okay, and then 2 or 3 hours later, you have your pecans and dates. So learn to like pecan pie. Go buy yourself a pecan pie. And learn to like pecan pie, because what you do is you get and when you get pecans, you don't get the regular pecans. You go to where they have stuff for people that are baking food, and you get the pecans meant for recipes, because it has no sugar and no butter. It's just pecans, you know. And you eat a good handful of pecans and about 5 dates. And when you put some pecans in your mouth and a date, and chew the date and pecans together, it tastes exactly like pecan pie. So you'll think you're eating pecan pie 2 or 3 hours after breakfast, and you'll be hungry because your breakfast will leave you a little hungry. But this is just so small that it'll just satisfy you, and it'll change the subject. You won't be hungry anymore, and you'll be fine. Kind of, you know. I mean, it's not your last meal. It's okay to be hungry. But anyway. Number 3, lunch. Okay, lunch. And on your day off, you can do things a little bit different. I usually have a cup of coffee with my pecan pie, so to speak, and you know, things like that. Okay, salad. So you have a green salad, and you put whatever vegetables in it. You know, I use some red onions, and you know, dice up some red onions, dice up some carrots, dice up some cucumber, and some avocados, you know, and then a really good handful of walnuts. And again, you get that from the baking section, not flavored or salted or anything else, just walnuts. Throw a handful of walnuts on it, and then you use oil and vinegar, your extra virgin olive oil, and some red wine vinegar, and put a little salt in it. It'll make it taste a lot better. Because one of the things wrong, for the same reason you use stevia, one of the mistakes people make is they make a whole bunch of right choices, and then they'll eat like a can of soda. Drinking a can of soda with your dinner completely ruined anything good you had going. It doesn't matter. You could have made every right choice in the world. If you drank it with a can of soda, you've ruined everything. You did nothing right. You've erased anything good you've done. So it's kind of like that with salad. Learn to like the oil and vinegar. You know, it's good. It's good. It's delicious. You'll look forward to your salad. And have 2 pieces of your bread with your salad. And a piece of cheese. I use Tillamook extra sharp cheddar white. You know? and a big thick slice of cheese. So your protein is your walnuts and your cheese. And squirrels can learn to like cheese. It's not natural. At first they don't know what it is, but once they get a taste for it, they love cheese. Okay, number 5. So each meal is separated by 2 or 3 hours. 2 or 3 hours, you get home from, I'm sorry, you're not, on your way home from work, you'll be hungry, but you don't want to get too full, so you just eat a little bit of seeds and nuts or some type of uh, thing that involves seeds and nuts or something, but try to avoid sugar and any bad choices again. Number 5, dinner. So dinner, just make something from the green robe diet, and there's a link in the description box. Like I said, it's got maybe around 100 recipes, everything you've ever heard of, and it's more eco-friendly and more often vegetarian, and a lot of it has meat. It's flexitarian diets, Okay, and then 2 or 3 hours after that, you have your kale shake. So the big thing with this diet is you start the day with the BMD breakfast and you end the day with your shake. The 2 healthiest things you ate was how you started the day and how you ended the day. This is the shake, how you end the day. And you might have it with a cup of tea. So tea and coffee is sweetened with stevia. And the tea, a little squirt of stevia and a squirt of honey, both. I do. Tillamook, Twinings. But you might not be able to eat caffeine before bed. It doesn't make me sleepy. Okay, so what you do is you put some water in a cup and either some olive oil or some black seed oil or something to complicate digestion, because you're not trying to absorb it quick. Protein shakes, protein powders, especially whey, they're made to be digested easy because they're imagining you're going to eat it before or after a workout. But that's not what we're doing really. We're just trying to make a shake, and we want our protein in it. So I use this protein right here. It's at Walmart. It's got a whole bunch more vegetables in it, so you're getting even more vegetables. And you can add vegetables anywhere. Vegetables can be eaten at any time, anywhere, with any meal. If you're still hungry, you can do that. Vegetables are okay all the time. And then it's a handful of kale, and then you blend it up. I have a wand, and I just blend it up. But you might use blenders and those pulse things. They're harder to clean. You just use a wand. All you got to clean is your wand, And so that was water, oil, some oil, like extra virgin olive oil or black seed oil or something, and a scoop of your protein powder. And I forgot blueberries. And you get some frozen blueberries. That's what makes it a shake. The frozen blueberries, so you don't have to add ice or anything. Add a handful of blueberries. Blueberries are one of the powerhouse foods, full of antioxidants and everything. But it also, like I said, it's frozen, so it makes it so your shake, so that's your berries. So you had citrus with breakfast and berries with your last meal. And then a handful of kale. Kale is just research it. It's so healthy. It's one of the healthiest things you can eat. So that's it. You got 6 things right there. Those are your 6 meals you eat during the day. And then when you're done eating, you're done eating. You're not really intermittent fasting, but kind of. You're kind of just, you learn. You take everything you learn and you bring it with you. But one thing you can do is you can make waffles with the Kodiak pancakes mix, and you can make waffles when you go on hikes or when you go traveling or just to fill in any gap for any reason, or maybe you're just hungry in between and you just feel like your body needs some extra food. You can make some waffles. You can make waffles and put them in your fridge cold and just take them out cold and just eat them. You get used to it. Or you can, just make them fresh and add your 100% maple syrup. Don't use, use 100% maple syrup. But anyway, so waffles. All right, so that's the basic idea. So that is how we eat, and that's the basic idea. Live it, learn it, know it.